Are you ready?
Yes! Woo! He's gonna cash it in!
What's up, guys and gals? For WrestleTrivia, I'm your host, Kevin J. Callis.
Oh yeah!
And you're watching episode 61 of Wrestling Jeopardy, the ultimate interactive game show where you're the contestant.
It's all about the nightmare!
And now let's go to the board and check out the categories that you'll be quizzed on this special Money in the Bank episode. Starting with Breaking the Bank, followed by Custom Cases. Our third category, Time is Money. Our fourth category is Briefcase Defenses. And our fifth and final category is voted on by the WrestleTrivia Maniacs, who are members of this channel. And if you'd like to vote and become a part of the behind-the-scenes crew that makes up this show, all you got to do is click on the join button below. And the members' choices this week were Cashing In Gone Wrong, Money in the Bank Mishaps, and Money in the Bank MVPs. Well, it was back and forth for a while, but it turns out that the winning category will be Cashing In Gone Wrong. And that glorious sound means it's time for the 200-point jobber round. 5 easy questions to kick this game off. You're so money and you don't even know it.
So money.
We begin with Breaking the Bank for 200. This lunatic fringe turned the Money in the Bank briefcase into a championship-winning weapon on Seth Rollins to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in 2016. Who is Dean Ambrose, and we'd also accept who is Jon Moxley. The second clue of the game belongs to Custom Cases. This custom Money in the Bank briefcase would belong to what wrestler? And that would be The Undertaker. We move on to the third clue of the jobber round, and it's from Time is Money. After 153 days, this superstar turned on Nia Jax and cashed in on the first SmackDown in 2025. Ushering in the prettiest era ever, who is Tiffany Stratton. Alright, let's test your knowledge with regards to Money in the Bank briefcase defenses for 200. Mr. Kennedy lost to Edge in 2007 on an episode of this Monday Night Show. It was a shame because apparently Mr. Kennedy was injured and they thought he had to have surgery, so they took the briefcase off of him, but it turns out he was actually fine. But this briefcase defense happened on an episode of Monday Night Raw. And let's finish off the job round with this clue from Cashing In Gone Wrong. Drew McIntyre looked to recapture the World Heavyweight title after cashing in his Money in the Bank contract at 2024's Premium Live event. But this straight-edge superstar screwed the Scottish Warrior. Little things like this is what made this rivalry the feud of the year in 2024. Who is CM Punk? We increased the difficulty here with another clue from Breaking the Bank worth 400 points. After walking out of SmackDown upon learning that Vince McMahon had retired as CEO of WWE, this wrestler returned and pummeled Austin Theory with his own Money in the Bank briefcase in 2022. And by his own Money in the Bank briefcase, I'm talking about Theory's, when the Beast, Brock Lesnar, showed up and just destroyed Austin Theory. Back to Custom Cases for the second time. This custom Money in the Bank briefcase would belong to what wrestler? She's held it before. Maybe by the time you're watching this, she'll hold it again. Who is Alexa Bliss? Moving on, here comes Time is Money for the second time. After 57 days, this superstar cashed in on Bobby Lashley to win the WWE Championship and finally reach the mountaintop of sports entertainment. The good times were rolling for the powerhouse of the New Day back in 2021. Who is Big E? Here comes briefcase defenses for 400. Otis lost to this wrestler in 2020 at Hell in a Cell. Who is The Miz? You got a 50-50 shot here at 400 points. Here comes cashing in goes wrong for the second time. True or false, since its inception in 2016, no female superstar has failed a cash-in attempt. It's bound to happen one of these days. It just hasn't happened yet, but maybe it has by the time of this recording. The answer is true.
Money, 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 money.
All right, the 600-point round begins with the third clue from Breaking the Bank. In response to being betrayed in 2013, Cody Rhodes tossed Damian Sandow's Money in the Bank briefcase into this famed ocean basin. Now, Cody didn't quite break this Money in the Bank briefcase. He just kind of flooded it when he threw it into the Gulf of Mexico. And we're moving back to custom cases for the third time. This custom Money in the Bank briefcase would belong to what wrestler? Now, the answer I'm looking for here is Finn Balor. However, after further review and breaking out my spectacles to take a closer look, I would also accept Kane as a correct answer. It's time for the halfway point of the game, and time is money, so here's the 600-point clue. 28 days after winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, Alberto Del Rio took full advantage of this returning superstar's surprise attack on CM Punk at SummerSlam 2011 to become the new undisputed WWE Champion. What a cluster of a storyline this was between CM Punk, Triple H, and the returning Kevin Nash. Back to briefcase defenses for 600. Braun Strowman retained over this wrestler at SummerSlam 2018. Who is the prize fighter? Kevin Owens. Let's finish off the 600s with cashing in gone wrong. It's still hard to see this superstar being the first wrestler to fail to win a WWE title after successfully cashing in his Money in the Bank contract. It's still hard to see this superstar. Who is the GOAT? John Cena.
Cena is how you pronounce Cena. It means dinner. John Dinner.
All right, 15 questions are down, 10 to go, plus the Daily Double and Final Jeopardy. Let's move on to the extremely difficult 800-point round. Time to break the bank for the fourth time. On a July 2024 episode of SmackDown, then WWE Women's Champion Bayley cost Tiffany Stratton a win against this superstar and afterwards destroyed Tiffy's Money in the Bank briefcase. Who is Michin? On to custom cases for 800. This custom Money in the Bank briefcase would belong to what wrestler? This would have been a pretty cool case after the 2019 Money in the Bank match. However, Mustafa Ali was made to look like a fool as he sat for almost 15 seconds on top of that ladder just waiting for Brock Lesnar to show up and shove him off. And here comes time is money for 8. After just 1 hour and 25 minutes, Bayley cashed in her contract to win this Women's Championship in 2019, beating Charlotte Flair. What is the SmackDown Women's Championship? Back to another briefcase defense for 800. Rob Van Dam retained over Shelton Benjamin at this 2006 pay-per-view. In my personal opinion, Shelton Benjamin is one of the top 3 Money in the Bank MVPs of all time, and he should have won at 2006's Backlash.
At Backlash?
Yes, that's what I said. Backlash. Anywho, the last clue before the main event 1,000 point round brings us to cashing in gone wrong. Braun Strowman attempted to cash in his Money in the Bank contract against Roman Reigns in this type of match in 2018. And that would be, what is a Hell in a Cell match? Let's go! It's the main event 1,000 point round. If you think you're a die-hard wrestling aficionado, these 5 questions are guaranteed to put your knowledge to the test. So let's begin the round with breaking the bank for 1,000. Oh, no. It is not going to be for 1,000. It's the Daily Double, the category Breaking the Bank. Place your wager now. All right, time is up. Here comes this episode's Daily Double clue. Dolph Ziggler christened his Money in the Bank briefcase with its first dent after blasting this wrestler from behind on the July 30th, 2012 edition of Raw. And the show-off wound up on the losing end of a tag team match that evening and took out his frustrations on Chris Jericho. All right, let's move on to custom cases for the final time. This custom Money in the Bank briefcase would belong to what wrestler? I'm not quite sure why the handcuffs are there or what this wrestler's into, but that big bear logo represents the Big Show.
You're like a big bear, man.
On to Time is Money for the final time. While WWE recognizes Asuka's time with the Money in the Bank briefcase at only 1 day, she technically held on to it for this many days due to the 2020 women's match airing via tape delay. Rising above the unprecedented chaos that was the COVID-19 pandemic, Asuka actually held the Money in the Bank briefcase for 25 days. And we're on to the 1,000-point clue from Briefcase Defenses. Edge retained over this wrestler on the October 3rd, 2005 episode of Raw. In a hotly contested feud, the rated R superstar successfully defended his briefcase against Matt Hardy. 1 clue remains before Final Jeopardy. Let's finish up the board with cashing in gone wrong for 1,000. While it's true Rob Van Dam won the WWE Championship in 2006, cashing in his Money in the Bank contract at ECW One Night Stand, his title reign was cut short after he was arrested for illegal drug possession in this U.S. state. "20 years ago, it was not acceptable to just be driving around reeking of weed, which is what happened when RVD got busted for illegal possession of hippie lettuce in the Buckeye state of Ohio. 25 clues are down and only 1 remains to prove if you truly are the ultimate WrestleTrivia champion. Let's find out what this episode's Final Jeopardy category is. Grand entrances. Alright, time is up and here is the final clue. The shredding guitar and raging vocals of this metalcore band led to a roar of epic proportions for CM Punk at Money in the Bank in 2011. Was it A, Avenged Sevenfold, B, Falling in Reverse, C, Kill Switch Engage, or D, Motionless in White? Good luck. Even through the darkest days, this fire burns always. Who is Kill Switch Engage? And that does it for another episode of Wrestling Jeopardy. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Kevin J. Callis, and I'll see you next time.